Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. And if you have not been at my channel before, welcome. Thank you for coming and joining me. We are doing the readings for the signs this weekend. This is Venus retrograde, so I have it special for retrograde, each of the signs, and we'll do a couple of free reads while we're at just getting started. And I'll do a couple of affirmations. Well, that. Um, so welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. It started. I have a whole lot to say, but I've been talking all morning through a bunch of joy. Hey, Anne, lovely to see you. Just uploaded a new video, amazing one. It's a soul retrieval, and you really like that. Actually, I uploaded two videos, so one last night and so let's get to it, shall we? I'm going to go through the signs, do a quick little check-in in each of the signs. I may also have enough strength to do a couple of you free reads. All right. All right, so Venus retrograde, let's check and get an update on the energies. And we'll start with Aries. Oh my goodness, I just realized my um my little sign for each of my video is gonna have to go and learn to go. Did you watch the one I just uploaded? The one I just uploaded. I just put another one up. Oh my goodness. My signs are all being covered. I just realized my video is, yeah, it's blocked. See if I can bring Aries. I'll have to do it that way. All right. I'm gonna have a little struggle with my names are all gonna be covered because I moved my video. So I was a little bit more in it, not thinking I was gonna cover all my names. Oh, well, the one that I just uploaded, amazing. It's a soul retrieval. All right. So Venus retrograde for Aries. What is shifting for you? What themes are healing? What karma is being released, Aries? I'm going to put my cards where you can see them. All right. So we've got the Devil, and we've got the Four of Wands upside down. So basically, I'm seeing here, let's get one more. Burnt out. All right, so this is what's actually currently shifting for you, Aries. The themes that you needed to heal. So what's shifting for you is your codependency. There's been something that you were a little excessively with your energy. Maybe you were a little attached to somebody. And so what needed to be healed is the lack of this commitment, and the karma that was being released has a lot to do with you being emotionally burnt out. So you're in a retreat mode. You're looking at taking back your power. You're really pulling back the strings, and you're saying, you know what, this has been just too much. Too much is your theme. So you're like, okay, how can I How can I be in a situation where I can have a commitment, not be stressed out? You know, it's too much stress emotionally. I just want something that's ease. I want something that's calming. I want something that I can really enjoy, um, you know, the relationship. And so this is where you are currently in your cycle, is how can I have, you know, no more the conflict in the relationship. You want to balance yourself a little bit more so that you are not. So there are energies. Let's check in and see how they're doing. All right. So where is their mind? You know, are they regretting, you know, anything? Um, you know, are they feeling this retrograde? What's going on with them? I know that you may not feel for me as I feel for you. So they know that their feelings are different. I have that they've been not sure which direction to go. And they've got the Two of Air and the Chariot upside down. So they're undecided. They don't know which direction to go. They don't know if they should come forward, if they should avoid, if they should take, you know, take a step back. They're just in that state where they really don't know what they should be doing right now. Um, your karmic lessons for you to learn, the wounds that are closing, you know, is there finally a breakthrough soon? What's happening here? Let's have a little look at that, shall we? All right. So your karmic lessons at the moment, what you are needing to process and to learn during this Venus retrograde Aries, is the fact that you are to learn how to have a more secure attachment. You've got here eye candy, strength, and secure attachment. All right. So eye candy is really about you not taking so much onus on your confidence based on what you have on the outside, but realizing your true light, your true worth, your true inner being. And so this is a time for you to actually learn that this is you, we're only energy. And if we're only energy, strength represents inner, right? Eye candy represents inner. So, you know, how much are you determined? How passionate are you inside? How much do you feel that you have to offer because of your own inner light, your own inner being? What do you know is how you can manifest and how you can become? You may not be the most gorgeous on the outside, but you have the essence. And so this is really about you being secure as who you are, right? Being secure emotionally, physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so, you know, advice. So, advice and healing messages. You're getting here the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords has a lot to do with a difficult choice. Um, this is time for you to make that choice of something that you may have been denying yourself. You know, have you been looking at what is for you, or are you living your life taking on, hey Jessica, are you living your life just taking on other people's energies so that you can be a projection field and allowing others to project onto you? You know, what is it that you are denying? How to navigate this with grace? I've got the Two of Wands upside down, and the Two of Wands upside down has a lot to do with, you know, you don't have to make a decision. Choose yourself. You know, don't leave yourself to accommodate another. Sometimes everybody is not aligned. Look for those who align with you. The Star upside down. So this has a lot to do with, this is not the time to create new manifestations. This is not a time of hope and healing. This is a time for taking a step back and seeing what healing you have already done and where do you have to go from here. You are getting accept compliments. You know, that is one of the hardest things for people to do, is accept compliments. If you're looking in the mirror and you say to yourself, oh, you're gorgeous, it feels weird. It feels odd to feel it, right? It's kind of like, you know, if you're not in an energy to be able to accept compliments to yourself, if you can't give your own self a compliment, then how are you going to receive it from anybody else? And if you want certain types of validation, you have to be in alignment to receiving them. So start with saying to yourself in the mirror, ah, you're amazing. Look at you. You're just gorgeous. Don't criticize yourself. Don't put yourself in a situation where you have to be like judging yourself, but have fun with it. Give yourself a compliment. Start with that, because as you start doing that to yourself, you'll notice others start doing it too. And let me see, I was going to do a little shadow work prompt. These are not shadow. Oh, here they are. All right, I have cards everywhere. And one more for you, Aries. Are there any unresolved conflicts or unfinished business in my past that I need to confront and address? Perfect. This is a great card for you, because if there is anything at all from the past, this is the time to resolve it. Anything from the past, it is time to bring it to the surface to resolve it. Don't start anything new. Don't try to create anything new. Don't start a new relationship. Let's look at, what do I have to resolve from the past? All right, that was for you. Taurus. I try to put Aries. So for everybody, I moved my little camera thing, and I've noticed that I've now messed up my little names. I can't bring them to the front. Oh, let me see. This is what I'll do. I'll just put them there. All right. So We'll just move them. Give me a moment while I shuffle my cards. I have so many different cards here. And I don't know why I did that. Taurus, Venus retrograde weekend for you. What is going on? What is shifting? What themes need healing? What karma is now? Oh my gosh, you guys, that is so amazing. Thank you for saying that. You were supposed to go to sleep, Anne, but you can't miss my live. All right. This is kind of Taurus. You've got something very similar here too. I'm showing here that what is shifting for you and the theme that needs to be healed and the karma that needs to be released is also for you a lot to do with where you're committed to. All right, so I'm seeing here that you are shifting where you are lacking your commitments. It looks like the themes that are healing is you're choosing wisely who you share your information with, and what karma is being released is not my type. So it looks like you're being open to meeting other types of people because you may be surprised about who you could find. So, you know, you're looking at the types of commitments, the kind of relationships that you have been having. And so because of it, you've been seeing where they have been lacking a lot. And so you've been choosing wisely the type of people that you are meeting. And so with that, you've been noticing that you have been meeting all sorts of different types of people. And you're realizing that maybe who you thought was your type wasn't your type at all. Maybe it was a different kind of person, and how would you know what that would be like until you explored them all? You know, you just gotta really open yourself up to something that you may not even know. All right, so let's check in your person. What's going on with your person right now? All right, so your person, all right, so I know you can't see all these. I'll show them to you. All right, so your person, your person is taking a step back. They're taking a pause. They're like, oh, I've got a lot going on in my life. I have to focus on that. I can't be bothered to worry about you, but I know you're my person. All right. So they're taking a step back. They know you're their person. They just need to focus on other parties right now. And they are just taking a step back, not pursuing anything. They're not running. They're not chasing. They're just focusing a little bit on certain parties that need, it's like they're crossing the T's and dotting the I's. They're just doing a few things to catch up, basically, energetically catching up to you. The karmic lessons, and well, they know you're their person. Will they reach out? I think so. They are showing hidden behind the scenes that they are in a state of abundant mindset. They are in a positive feeling of secure. They feel really good. And so the karmic lessons that I am showing, aha moments, and what wounds are closing for you, well, it looks like you are a little bit of a runner. And Taurus, you kept on craving for your person, but at the same time, you were kind of running from it. You really didn't want to address certain things. And I was seeing a lot to do with self-worth. You did not feel worthy of this type of strong connection inside. Wasn't so much about the outside, but it was more about what was taking place on the inside. You know, it just seems like a lot of people were taking your light. A lot of people were taking your power. You felt like you needed a break. You just didn't feel like you had a lot that you had ready to give. And so this was something that needed to change, and you are getting a chance during this Venus retrograde. And so, you know, by you focusing on, you know, so many taking from you, it's time for you to start balancing that a little bit. So not only was it important for you to see the value in your person, it was the time to see the value in yourself. And by you putting some value on yourself, you started being a little bit more discerning about where you were spending your energy. You know, there was times where you are not happy, and this was becoming a priority. The Venus retrograde advice and healing messages. Let's look at this. So this represents inner child to me. This has a lot to do with exploration, excitement, freedom, and easygoing, the Rook of Wands. And so for those who don't know, I just uploaded some videos, and the soul retrieval is really great. So this one is really telling you during this retrograde, do some inner child healing. This would be, and I've got a message here for you, how to navigate this love energy with grace during the Venus retrograde is saying Eight of Swords upside down. And this is a karmic card. And, you know, it's time for you to release the blocks. It's time for you to surrender with whatever is preventing you from these relationship dynamics or whatever is coming between you. This is a time to tackle them. And your self-care affirmation is notice the blessings. So start showing up with gratitude for everything. The fact that you're awake means that you've made the right choices to serve your purpose. You know, notice the blessings that are coming around you. Who are showing up on a day-to-day basis? Who is being a miracle for you? You may not see all the blessings already in front of you, but if you can start looking how everything is aligning for you already, that everything is working out for you already, that is where the start. That's the greatest way to start. You've got Six of Water, which is a lot to do with memories from childhood. So this again is stressing about inner child work. And so it's time for you to look at those prompts. And for those, after I'm done this later on, I am going to do a live workshop on inner child healing. You may want to join me. Exploration. Do I have a deeply held belief or value that I've never questioned but may need reevaluation? So this is basically your homework assignment for during this weekend. Is, you know, is there something more? Is there something that I have never really even questioned, but maybe something that I need to look at? You know, is there, you know, some more work that needs to be done? you've got not talking. Well, if you and your person are not talking, why are you not communicating clearly? You know, usually people need to discuss how they feel. So why are you not able to do that? Is there something about your childhood or something that you need to release or heal? And so I guess done. Oh, I'm getting one more. Hangman. And so Hangman has a lot to do with sacrificing, and it's time to release all of the ways that you've been a martyr and doing the healing work for the other. You know, every single time I've come across people saying, what do I need to do for this person to come back to you? You know what? If that person wants to come back to you, that person's going to come back to you. But I don't want you to manipulate and control another person. I want you to do the work so that when that person shows up, you're going to feel ready and you're going to feel amazing and you are going to be able to do your own thing. Because I'll tell you, you can go and do all this work for them and they are going to show up and be amazing, and you are not going to look like you're ready for them. You are going to be a mess. And so that's even happened to me. So it's time for me to pull back my energy and to start saying, oh, wait a minute. The only one that matters is me. And if I'm going to keep on going and trying to make it good for them, you know, what are they going to do for me? Because at the end of the day, they're going to do for them and I'm going to do for them. And the energy is being unbalanced. So what are you doing for yourself? All right. So Taurus, let's go to the next one. Over. All right, Gemini. Gemini, let's see what Venus retrograde update is bringing for you, what's shifting, what themes are healing, and what karma is being released. Right. Jessica and Anne, I just uploaded a soul retrieval video. Might really like it. All right, we've got the Two of Wands upside down. Two of Wands upright. We've got the Hierophant card. Do you notice that all of these are like the Two of Wands in commitment? Like, what is going on? And we've got the 10 of Wands. All right, so what is shifting for you, Gemini? What themes are healing and what karma is being released? Well, it looks like you are paying attention to who you are sharing your energy with. It's time for you to start realizing that not everybody is aligned with you. And, you know, there are people who are better aligned with somewhere else. And you don't really take it personally if someone's not aligned with you. And what's needing to heal is your idea and values of relationships and your ideas. You're realizing, you know, if you're not so open-minded, you know, you need to be more open-minded. Maybe, you know, you had a certain belief system about relationships and now you're trying to be a little open to other people's ideas. What karma is being released, most cases it's not your responsibility. So it looks like you've taken on some stress and duties, responsibilities for certain types of relationship dynamics. And you know what? You don't have to, you know, take care of the bills. You don't have to go and provide. You don't have to go and do anything you don't want to do. But it's time for you to realize that, you know, if it seems like you're always initiating the text messages, or if you're always needing to be taking care of the responsibilities for the other person, it's time. Oh, your karma is what is your responsibility, and what is theirs. And if they are not feeling healed, that's on them. It's not on you. All right, so these energies for this week. So, you know, let's check in, see how they are, what are they feeling, what's going on. Great. You didn't finish it yet. Yeah, it was just being uploaded as we were coming online. Gemini. All right. So Gemini, you have the energies this week. Where is your mind? Well, I see here that you started holding back and you're paying more attention to what's going on. Your person, not you, but they are holding back. They are taking care of themselves. They are pulling their energy back. They're not even talking. Some of them are not even talking. All right. It looks like communication is kind of stopped and you're like, what's going on here? They're not sure if they can meet your expectations. Gemini, it looks like you've been having some high expectations and standards. So there's a lot of pressure on them. So they are taking a step back. And instead of putting all that energy on you, they're kind of like focusing a little bit more on their needs and what is going on with them. Are they willing to reach out? Right now, they're focusing on the work. They're focusing on what they need to do. They're focusing on what they need to whatever they can to distract themselves are going to. Hi, Miki. And so for your karmic lessons and aha moments, I'm seeing you are closing some wounds, and your breakthroughs have a lot to do with your you're being more secure. I see that you have a few regrets that you're moving forward with, and so you almost gave up on love. You felt pretty much like, well, you know, maybe this is, you were meant to be alone. And so what you had to basically work through is your feminine energy just wasn't ready. You weren't really in a situation where your energies, how can I explain this? You are now embodying more of a secure attachment. And so because you're embodying more of a secure attachment, you know that you were neglecting your divine feminine energy. You weren't listening to your own inner voice. You weren't allowing yourself to be a magnet to attract. You were always doing and trying to succeed in competing and trying to finish, and you just thought you were always being the people pleaser that would make things happen. And so the breakthrough for you was that you're finally learning how to be okay on your own, how to feel secure, you know, how to be magnet. So your Venus retrograde advice and healing message has a lot to do with you having that spark of desire, having that ability to focus on what's important, learn a little bit about each other. When you are meeting somebody, take your time. There is something that I love these chat messages. So take your time to really get to know someone. It is important for you to see not everybody is ideal for you. It is also for you to navigate this love energy with grace is stop walking away from everybody thinking, oh, this is not for me. Oh, there might be something here for you to learn. There may be something that you can say, listen, this person showed me this, and as much as I did not like it, I'm going to be able to say, check mark off my list. That is done, and just let it go, right? So you need to start listening a little bit more to that little voice in your head. All right, it's time for you to really understand you're not always going to be right, but this is all about discernment, right? You're not always going to know that this person is ideal for you. This is really about what learning means. You don't go into the classroom already a scholar. You're going to go into the classroom and saying, I'm going to be open. What is here for me to learn? I hope to achieve growth. I hope to learn the truth. That's what you're here to do. Explore, are there any spiritual or mystical experiences that I've had that I'd like to explore further or deeper understanding? So, maybe this is a great time for you to tap into your inner self, tap into your divine, distorted, divine feminine energy. And so, are you empathic? Are you feeling other people's energies intuitively? Journal some more. This is a time to really start opening up your own mystical abilities a little bit more. Maybe those abilities are parts of your healing. Your message is to decide. And when you make that decision, you can bring on the fence drains your energy. So being on the fence drains your energy. So no matter what you choose, it'd be exact right path for you. So this really has a lot to do with you making a decision to move forward without being indecisive, right? Like really take your time, just, be open. And then when you've made that decision, you know the answer. Now, seems like it's else here. I didn't come on last night. I've been having some problems with my stomach, and because of it, I really had to make sure that my stomach was good, and so I just rested. And so I'm sorry for all of you who didn't have a chance to see me last evening. My intention was I was really Aquarius have been going through a lot of it's like epiphanies of happening for them. But yes, I was planning on being here last night, but I just couldn't do it. I was not feeling well. All right. Answer. Answer. What is shifting for you? What themes are healing for you? What karma is being released? Ooh, you've got some heavy stuff that you're releasing. Here you go. Here you go. Yeah, not so bad. Looks pretty good, actually. So, what you are releasing, Cancer, you are releasing. You've got the Eight of Swords upside down. You've got the Hangman upside down and two passive. All right. So what does this mean? Well, you know what's shifting? Eights mean karma, right? And you have been in a trapped situation that wasn't working out for you. And so this is a time where you are no longer going to be blocked. There seems to be some communication and some movement that's happening here over a situation that has been very karmic to you. This is a time for you to really get some flow moving in an area where you had no movement happening at all. There has been healing happening in you sacrificing yourself for another, you healing, being a martyr and taking on somebody else's actions and energies that are not even yours. And the karma that is being released is you being so passive. So you started taking the initiative, and you are now ready to meet someone where they're at to keep the passion ignited. So it looks like finally there's a little movement taking place here in this energy. Let's check in on that. Well, I see you don't see them the same way as you did before, and they look like they're holding quite tightly. All right. All right, so Cancer, I'm seeing you have a few regrets here. And all right. So, Cancer, I'm seeing here that you're holding pretty, sorry, your person is holding pretty tight to feeling that they don't have enough. Either they don't have enough money to come forward, they don't have enough, there's something they lack to have enough of to come forward. They're even holding pretty tight to you in a insecure way. You are maybe even experiencing that they feel a little bit like this is ending, and they are acting in a way that, oh, they're a little feeling that this is not, it's like they're not insecure, but they're coming at a place of, oh, this is so hard for me. They're going through a roller coaster of emotions right now, and they won't admit it, but it just seems like it's like the end of the world. It just seems like everything is falling apart for them. And a lot has a lot to do with you too, and why they feel like this. It looks like you're not looking at them the same way as you used to look at them. You have some regrets from their decisions, and it's keeping you from moving forward. And so it's kind of like you've been having a bit of a self-discovery phase where you have been looking inside and noticing that you didn't put yourself first, and they didn't put you first either. And it was a little one-sided. And so, you know, you started pulling your energy back. And so when you started pulling energy back, they feel a little bit like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough. I can feel it. You know, they can feel you pulling your energy back. And so this is what's going on, is that they regret releasing you in the first place. They regret they didn't make a choice. They regret that they didn't make you a priority. I'm seeing here you're doing a lot of healing. A lot of healing. And it seems like there has been areas where things have been falling apart for so long, and you're finally starting to put everything back together again. You're in a situation where you're not letting anybody bring you down. For karmic lessons, the aha moments, you're seeing that were not the pedestal that you thought they are. You're seeing that that you kind of even have some regrets for some of the choices that you have made. And so all of this healing is happening. If it's not happening, it's happening now. It's starting the process of this happening, of this healing. And this healing it's kind of like everything that fell apart is being brought back together now. So how to reciprocate or navigate this energy? And Venus retrograde advice and healing message for you. All right. So they're saying, don't be working so hard. You can have fun with this. You don't have to go into the dark shadows of the abyss in a dark place to go and do healing. You can have fun with this. Do your inner child work, like have fun, dance, play games. This is not a job. This is not a commitment that you need to go sleepless nights. This is something that you're supposed to have fun with and play. You're supposed to enjoy it. You're supposed to really just, take up some art or dance or sing or play. And what you are needing to do to go through this with grace, you've got the Fool. And this has a lot to do with, look at this as an opportunity for a brand new beginning with them, with whoever you choose, however you are. It's just like, this is a process of healing, and who you are right now today is not the same person you were a week ago, and you certainly are not a person you were a month ago. And so if anything else, you have grown, and if you have changed, maybe they have too, but it's not up for you to carry them anymore. Don't carry them. They probably weigh heavier than you. So, it's something that we've been ingrained in since we were little, is to carry people, to feed people, to nourish people, means to take on the burdens and the responsibilities. And so I even had that message for Gemini earlier. And so for those who are close to Gemini instead of and Leo, just be aware that those are not your burdens. People have legs, they have feet, they can buy shoes, they can walk all by themselves. It's okay. And in fact, I am seeing right now, the energy is saying, this is not the time to go back to the past. You have moved forward into a creation of a new future. And whether that person shows up is really up to you. You do not have to repeat any more karmic cycles. It's a time for you to move forward in brand new energy. And who wants to show up, you can let that part happen. But you need to create that space for this new wonderful vibration. And you're bringing forward that new vibration into this energy no matter what. This is a time for illumination for you. The beginning and the ending that makes everything align. So this is really about alignment with source, alignment with your divinity, alignment that creates the magnificence of you being with your actual divine counterpart, your person. And when you are in that state of magnificent vibration, they just show up. It's not something you have to do, it's something that you have to be. All right, Cancer, so your self-care card. Find your tribe. Find your people who share your vibration. You know, your spiritual tribe is out there. And once you find your tribe, members rejoice together, motivate each other, support each other, stick together, and share your accomplishments, your hopes, your desires, and your heartbreaks. So praise each other, but look for your tribe. Don't let anybody bring your vibration down. All right, Leo. Can't believe I did this with my little thing of light. Oh, I should have grabbed some water. I'm really thirsty. Please. Leo. All right, Leo. What's shifting this Venus retrograde? Check in. Second weekend now. What themes are healing? What karma is being released? Wow. It seems like commitments is a big thing this weekend, huh? I have commitment going up for you. All right. So Leos, what I'm seeing here for you is what is shifting is your freedom. You know, you have been excited about exploring different options and, you know, trying to figure out what you want. And so what I've noticed is healing is your problems with commitment. You know, you are starting to realize what work that needs to be done and how to work with your community and those that you are wanting to connect with and stay connected with. And what karma is being released, you know, what's happening here is you're healing your attachment problems. I see you giving your partner some breathing space and you're not being so needy. It looks like it was really Jessica, the fact that they, we'll talk about that another time. But there's a reason behind that. It is. Seriously, it is. It's a thing. So Leo, you're looking at your attachment styles. You're looking at the lack of commitments that are why they're not working out and why they're falling apart, or why you sabotage, or you know, it seems like I got to be free, and you're really looking at your avoidant attachment or the insecure attachment of being overcompensating. So you're really looking at how to make relationships really work. You really want to fix that part of you that is making you chase people away. Let's look in their energies so far. All I can say is Jessica is, even if he was identical twin, the ex before, there was an ex before, and those two looked more like identical twins. All I can say. It's normal. That's very typical. Because one's karmic and one is yeah. It's the thing. All right. So because everything is a vibration, everything is energy. So it just works out that way. All right. So what do I have here, Leo? So your person, Leo, I'm seeing your person here is trying to initiate a little bit more in your connection. They want a little bit more. They want to, they're like, yeah, I think this is time that it's either either we're gonna do something or I'm leaving. All right. They are saying this is not a decision I have to make. I've already made it. And I'm okay walking away, because this is just going to stress me out. If you want to be just friends with benefits, I'm not okay with that. You know, they are not okay with you running off being an avoidant attachment. It stresses them out. They want some form of commitment. And that's what it's saying here. Now, for you, oh, are they willing to reach out? No, I'm showing here 9 of swords. 9 of swords. No, you stress them out. They don't want to deal with it. So the karmic lessons that you are to learn is the fact you got to learn to not be running off all the time. You have to stay put. You have to go and focus on, you know, who you're with. And you know, what lessons are you to learn? Well, you got to learn to focus on the person in front of you and not always looking for somebody that's not even existing. You know, you can't even bother to focus on the person that's there with you. You're off texting somebody else. You're off trying to chase after somebody else who doesn't even want to pay attention to you. It looks like, you know, you're very emotionally unavailable. And so this is something that you have to pay attention to. This emotional unavailability, this is time to fix it. You know, you're looking at your attachment styles because this is where it's coming from. And so, you know, there is a way to correct this. Absolutely. You don't have to, you know, be dealing with this. So what kind of advice and healing message does Venus have for you? Well, they said stop looking ahead. Stop looking for your next person. Pay attention to what is going on with you. You know, if you're looking for your actual divine counterpart, it starts with you. And if you are looking for something fated to happen, you know, there's always going to be the repeating of the same cycle happening over and over and over again. And it's not going to change. And until you go and start realizing that if you can't seem to focus on you, this is where it happens. It starts with you. This is where this manifesting is happening. This is the trauma of something going back. Don't go ahead, go back. Where is this triggering you? Why is this triggering you? And what fears are coming up? How can you navigate this with more grace? Is, you know, have that conversation. There is a conversation that has to be had, because it looks like you're avoiding the conversation. You're avoiding the talk. You're avoiding because of words or perspective, but you need to control this relationship at all costs. And for some reason, you're afraid of commitment. You're afraid of strings attached. You're afraid of some kind of dependency because you're scared they're going to let you down. So, what kind of patience and advice do we have for you? Compassion for all. Compassion for all. You know, compassion is the beating heart of all spiritual practices, and the peace you seek comes from the peace you create. So start having compassion for yourself. If you don't have compassion for yourself, how can you have compassion for this relationship? How can you see yourself? You know, you're not flawed. You're doing the best you can. And just because it seems like you're being immature and emotionally unavailable, it's not because you're a bad person. You just got something you have to work on that has a lot to do with your past. So, to be self-aware, some inner child work for you is, what are your deepest desires and aspirations for personal growth? And what steps can I take to work toward them? If you want a relationship, time for you to figure out a plan. How can you move forward in a plan so that you can succeed in what you want after all? I may have to go and get a drink of water since I'm halfway here. Let me see. I've got a link I wanted to share. Oh my goodness. I went and deleted a whole bunch of my stuff, I guess. All right. Right, I'm sharing a link of the latest video. Yes, you can make some food. I just shared a link for those who haven't had a chance to check out that video that it's you can try. I really need water. Can I go and get water before I do Virgo? Halfway through, and I get very dry while I'm doing reading, and I'll get really dehydrated. So I'm just gonna grab some. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm guzzling away. All right. I hope you guys, I have to tell you, I have no makeup on. No makeup on. 57 years old. Look at my skin. This is skincare that we are created and made at our, like literally, no makeup on. None. See my little glass mark. But this is called good skincare. Um, so if anybody wants to sample, I'll send it to you. Little sample packages. I can do that. I'm sure. Yes. Yeah, I think we should have a little session online. I can give you some advice. I'm a medical esthetician. It's my profession. So I can send you some and we can talk because I think you messaged one day about that. So we can certainly talk about that. And but yeah, message me. The chats I don't get to save the chats when I go through this one. If I go and do YouTube, are you in 56? I'm older. I'm a little older. You're trying to catch up though. So yeah, even in UK, I could send you a little envelope with some products. I think I don't think I would get in trouble over it. Anyway, so let's go Virgo. Anybody here of Virgo? I am. All right, Virgo. How about you? What is shifting for you? What themes are healing? And what karma is being released? This is the weekend of retrograde part 2. Virgo. I am seeing you need to stop being so easygoing and focusing so much on your other person. Time for you to focus on yourself. You keep on getting hurt, and it's time for you to see that love is worth risk. It's worth the risk. Don't be afraid. It says don't be afraid to floss. Anyway, so you are needing to see that shifting is that you have been too serious, always looking for commitment, looking for a relationship, and you just kind of gotta loosen up a little bit. And the themes that are healing is your person is not your priority right now. Your priority is you need to focus on yourself because they got stuff they got to do for themselves too. And so what karma is being released is about you getting hurt. They can't hurt you if you don't give them your power. All right, it's time for you to get into your power. It's time for you to see that the only way that you are taking a risk and getting hurt is if you are giving them your power. You can go and focus on responding, you can focus on receiving, and you can focus on having some fun with them, but don't give them so much of yourself that you have none for yourself to get. So let's check in on their energies. What's going Oh, I see what's going on with them. So the King of Swords is coming up on both ends here. All right. So this is what I got. So they made a choice to see you as they know they have no other choice. All right. They're like, yeah, I don't want to go anywhere else. My focus is on life. I can't be bothered to worry about you, but there's nobody else. All right. There's nobody else. And so they are just distracted with whatever is going on. I've got the King of Air upside down and the Two of Earth upside down. So, you know, it's a little one-sided. They're kind of like focused on themselves. In fact, they're a little bit more of only focus on themselves. And you're not a priority right now. What are they willing to reach out? Are they going to be reaching out? Well, I've got the Hangman upside down. So basically, they're not going to make you wait. All right, they're not going to make you wait. They're going to be coming around. But the aha moments, I've got meditations. Ironic. I've been uploading so many of these. So listen to your soul. Hear your soul. Really get in touch with yourself. Because the lessons that you are to learn is about this narcissistic behavior of letting go of what doesn't serve you. All right. You know, this is not about your heart and giving. This is about you putting up some boundaries by you going and seeing what you need to be okay. In fact, where you're getting a breakthrough is where you had so much anxiety dealing with somebody who looks like possibly an avoidant, because I see them healing their avoidant attachment, and you are doing the work to heal being attracted to avoidant attachment. You have some fears. You have some fears. You're afraid. This anxiety you get, this insecurity that you get, has a lot to do with you being afraid to actually trust somebody, to really get to know somebody, because you're afraid they're going to let you down. But this is a time for you to really give somebody a chance and see if they're going to live up to themselves. Like, let them, give them enough rope, see what they do with it. So the advice that retrograde in Venus has for you. Well, I'm getting a start of, it's a time for manifesting. What do you want to manifest? We have an eclipse on the 15th in your sign, Virgo. Right? What is the date today? This is the 8th. Next week is an eclipse in your sign. Here you go, Virgo. Because you got the Queen of Hearts. Look at this. You got the Manifest card and the Queen of Hearts. So, what do you want? You know, you're in alignment with what you love. All right? How to navigate this love energy with grace? You got the Queen of Swords. You're all queens, right? You are the queen here. You are not to sit back and take some, snooze away. You need to be clear with your intentions. And that means, listen to your heart, listen to your head. You've got the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Swords. You really have to get into your energy. Thank you. You have to really get into your head, get into your heart, and allow yourself to see where you're protecting yourself, where you are limited beliefs and not being compassionate to yourself. Like, why are you allowing yourself to feel the way that you do? What stories do you tell yourself? Because nobody has the power to treat you bad if you don't give it to them. So why do you do that? I have here for you to see, I tried to run from this connection, but my soul craves you. Aha. Aha. That's the thing. You feel powerless. You feel powerless. You think this is something that is destined, and all of a sudden it's like you leave them in charge. You're the one manifesting this. Why should you give them the keys to your car? You manifested the car. So it's time for you to start doing the work. Because if you manifested this for yourself, not for them. All right. Your inner child work is, are there any childhood memories or experiences that still influence your thoughts and behaviors today? I could probably say a lot. And your self-care. Play. It's time to play. It's time to loosen up and not be so serious. So play. Take some free time and just have fun. Go to movies, have adult slumber parties, swing at the playground, go on the swing, play. Whatever it is that you need to do, just have fun. And that is your weekend plans. Actually, that sounds really great. I was supposed to do a facial tomorrow, and I said, no, you know what? I'll do it next weekend because I just want to take this weekend, have some fun for myself, catch up on some of this here with you, and go play. All right, Libra. Not that type of slumber party, Jessica. If babies are being made, it's not the kind of slumber parties I was talking about. Slumber parties is when we have girls' night. You don't have to worry about dressing up, but just being like dressed in your hoodies and your ponytails and just having some fun. All right, Libra. Libra. I'm just putting out your cards right now. Libra, you're not really happy right now. You feel a little bit like you're in... I have the 5 of coins. I don't know if you can see this. I've got the sun upside down. You got the 5 of coins upside right. And you've got passive. And so this is telling me what is shifting. Well, you decided no more do you want to be unhappy. It's time for you to figure out how to be happy. And what themes are healing is I am no longer going to be frugal. I'm no longer going to be holding my energy back. I want to share. I want to share it with somebody. I dropped a card down on the floor. You want to share your energy with somebody. I'll put that card, since I dropped it, I'm going to put that card, and it's Page of Earth. You want to share it with somebody, and what karma is being released is being too passive. You're actually going to try to put effort into someone, right? So let's look a little bit more at the energies for this week. All right, so for them, it looks like they're doing a little bit of healing work, and they have, I depend too much to let you go. I have codependency issues. So they're doing some healing work on their issues of how attached that they are to you. And I see here lust, but not love. And so passion isn't the same as lust and love. Don't get sucked in by just the good sex. So it looks like they're really wondering if they really love you or if they just really lust you. They're really quite attached, so they're doing a little inner child work, or rewriting the script. So they are trying to work through their actions of how they are attached to you. I'm seeing here that they really do feel a lot of love for you. And this love is coming from your actions, because a lot of hard work is being shown from you. You must have done something where you showed your efforts, and they appreciate that. I'm seeing here you are being an Ace of Earth. So you're looking at manifesting this relationship, but you are showing the Magician upside down. So you really want to manifest this. You're really being, you're really wanting to do this, but you're struggling with whether or not you can manifest this because you are blocked. And so this is what you had to learn, right? Is you are capable of manifesting. You wanted to manifest it, but you really didn't feel like you were worthy of having it, or you have the ability to receive it. And so the wounds that are closing or finally breaking through is the blockages. You thought it was them, but it was actually you. All right. I mean, that's a hard one to take, but it was actually you. You were thinking it was really them. I have things going on in my life that require my full attention. And so this has a lot to do with it really required you to see that, you know, maybe you weren't always in it. Maybe you were pulling your energy out a lot, and you just thought they'll take care of all of it for you. You really didn't know where you were lacking a little effort that you could have put in there sometimes. I'm seeing here that even though even though you thought you were doing enough, you know, you were not putting your heart into it, and you weren't giving equally. You weren't matching them at all. In fact, the more that they were saying they loved you, you pulled back and didn't give much into it emotionally. In fact, you hold back your emotions a lot. And you questioned even if you loved this person. You questioned if you loved this person. Will they reach out? Well, They don't even have to think about it. They don't even have to, you don't even have to think about it, but they don't have to think about it. Yeah. It's just, you don't even have to think about it. So, Venus retrograde advice and healing messages. You have to look at where you put your boundaries. You know, you're guarded. You got to take your guards down. You got to know that some things don't have to change, and some things do. And you have to discuss what has to change in order to make this work for both of you. You know, this doesn't have to be an argument. Hi, Bodhi. How are you? It doesn't have to be an argument. You can have a nice conversation and it will work for both of you. You know, you don't have to be cold. You don't have to be distant. And you don't have to be aloof. And you don't need to be unapproachable. Try to be more friendly. Try to be more compassionate. Try to seem like you have some empathy. So try a little harder. All right. And your inner child work and your card. Nice to see you, Bodhi. Thank you for joining. What sign are you, Bodhi? So you have for inner child work acceptance. Are there any specific shadow traits or behaviors that you can reframe as opportunities for growth or transformation? So look at that, and your purpose is joy. Your purpose is joy. So your purpose has nothing to do with how you make a living. That's your vocation, mission, or inspired passion, all worthy, but your purpose is much simpler and bigger. Your purpose is joy. It's about discovering, nurturing, and celebrating who you are. So celebrate your relationship. Oh, Taurus. Well, I did that a little earlier. I did that a little earlier. I have to update the timestamps. Once we're finished, I'll go and update this timestamps. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, what's going on with you this Venus retrograde weekend? What is shifting for you? What themes are getting healing? And what karma is being released? I hope you're doing great as well, Bodhi. Thank you for asking. I also uploaded 2 new videos, one on limerence and one on soul fragment, soul healing. So it's they're really, really great. I'll play around with that a little bit. I was not feeling good this week. I have some stomach issues and I had some problems with my stomach yesterday. So all of you forgive me that I wasn't online last night. I thought about it, but I wasn't. I was not feeling good. Alrighty, I am seeing for you, Scorpio. Scorpio, looks like you are shifting some conflict that you were dealing with. looks like the themes that are healing is where you're putting your money at, and the karma that's being released is what's changing is you know, it's about you getting hurt. So what I'm seeing here is shifting is, you know, there's no more rivalry, there's no more problems, the conflict is calming down. And so yes, and Capricorn's coming in. So it looks like you are working on why you have some conflict going on in life. And the themes that are healing is your abundance. So it looks like you're going from a victim mindset to more of abundant mindset. And the karma that's being released because of this is you're no longer going to be getting hurt. You're no longer going to be the victim. You are all now going to find that it's okay to take a chance. This is going to be your time, Scorpio. Their energies this week. Let's check in and see what's going on with them, shall we? Next weekend is Virgo eclipse, so we'll do a special reading for that. Ooh, my cards all fell. Something happened. It was really intense. All right. Putting out some cards here. So what's going on with them? Well, I see that their mind and their energy and what's going on during this retrograde for them. I am seeing that they want all right. I'm seeing here it's kind of hard on the head for them. So I don't know if they blocked you. I'm seeing here that there is you've got the 5 of Swords, you've got the Page of Water upside down, you've got the 5 of Coins, you've got the 8 of Swords, you got a card saying I need energy clearing. Another one says situations become very difficult for me. See these cards here. See these cards. And so it is, sorry, here cards. So it seemed to be a little challenging for your person. It's like there's conflicts. They look like they're blocking you. It looks like they're in a victim mentality. They're not looking really good. In fact, they don't look really satisfied at all. And they're saying it's really difficult. They're really having a difficult time. Are they going to reach out? I'm having here that they're like, oh, you know, this is not right. This is not right. I don't understand. This is not right. So I'm here getting the Hierophant. And the Hierophant represents their morals, their values, their ethics, right? So right now they feel like this is a burden to them that has to go. So I'm seeing that they're not. But for you, you know, that's the thing. You're learning to release where you're in pain, you know, the conflicts. You were not in alignment with this person the way it should be. So right now, I'm seeing for karmic lessons, you know, you gotta be okay to lose somebody. You need to see that you are intelligent and determined and actually desirable, right? You've got yourself going on. And, you know, what wounds are closing is, you know, God doesn't treat everybody equally. Sometimes some of you are blessed. And Scorpio, you are one of them. You know, you don't have to worry about being good enough. You already are the best, right? Like, so I'm seeing here that you are eye candy. You are gorgeous. You know, you got it going on. You don't have to compete with nobody. And in fact, if there's all of these challenges and they're like, oh, this is too much, I'm sorry, but you can do better. You can do better. So, retrograde advice for you, you don't have to make a choice right now. Right now is not the options for you to move on. Right now is a time for you to really look at what's going on. How to navigate this with ease. You don't have to make a choice, but you can be okay about moving on. You can be okay about moving on. You see, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. You have everything you need right here inside of yourself. You're gorgeous. You're successful. You're intelligent. You're desirable. What are you afraid of losing? What are you afraid of losing? Because I think you can do better. Are there any specific shadow traits or behaviors that can be reframed as opportunities for growth or transformation? That was the same as Libra. And for your self-care, and what's the wow for? Embrace your sensitivity. So what does that mean? The sensitivity is the sacred gateway to your intuition. That's your divine feminine self. It's that special receptive radar that picks up energy and signals. In fact, your sensitivity is one of your greatest assets. And the key to your survival, the more you connect with it, the more miracles and synchronicities you attract. Which means, exactly, listen to your gut. Listen to your gut. If you think there's something wrong with this picture, if you felt there was a red flag here, maybe so. Now remember, as you are doing those, if you're being a cross watcher, they could be switched because you could be mirrored. So they could be the you know, you could be switched. All right, remember that. All right. Oh, it's Capricorn's next. Is it not? Is it Capricorn then Sagittarius? All right, so Capricorn, Sagittarius. I'm sorry, I'm just so out to lunch. Scorpio, Sagittarius, and then Capricorn. All right. Ah. No, Pisces is not done yet. No, Sagittarius comes first. I had to go and look at everything. And I was just responding to some text message. Sorry about that, everyone. So yeah. Sagittarius first, and then Capricorn. You have the time change. All right. So, Sagittarius, I'm getting here that what is shifting for you is your limited belief system. I'm seeing the themes that needed to be healed is expansion and growing, and how things have been growing for you. And what karma is being released is feeling unloved. All right, so obviously what's shifting for you is your limited belief system. You had some limited belief systems that were holding you back, and you weren't able to manifest some of the things that you wanted. And so as you started having some healing done, you notice some changes in expansion and growth. And in some ways, it started moving really fast. What karma is being released was you do serve someone who can support you emotionally and love you fully. And so this is where you are getting a lot of healing. So their energies this weekend, what's their mind like? Well, are they regretting? Are they feeling this retrograde, and will they reach out? Well, they're feeling some anger. They feel a little like, a little upset or volatile. They're a little upset or angry about something. And so this has a lot to do with karmic laws. I'm seeing here that they're regretting. I'm seeing here they're regretting following their dream. They're they're they've got some regrets here with not following through with someone that they really wanted, if that was maybe you. That they're really upset, and they're really upset. um you make them happy. You are definitely looking for some celebration here, Sagittarius. I'm getting the sun, so there is definitely a celebration here. um but right now they're really upset. And so they're upset you. The laws of the universe is at play it here. It must be some karmic energy that they are clearing themselves, just as well as you're clearing some karmic energy. Lessons that you are to learn. I am seeing someone, but I'm not ready for you to know about them yet. So it looks like here about some possibility. Maybe they're upset that you are seeing somebody, but really what you're doing is you're just trying to release some karmic ties. I'm seeing here that the wounds that are closing are finally a breakthrough is you finally have an opportunity to create something great that is going to make you comfortable. It was something you've always wished for and always dreamed for. So this is something that you are looking like you're moving from something that's very karmic to something that is going to be more that you really always wanted to dream, save. Like I said, you tend to make them very happy. And it's probably because you're vibrating at a really high pace, but you're not giving your energy to them and they can feel it. Let me look into this a little bit further. Yeah. It just seemed like you pulled back a little bit because you were afraid of getting hurt. And so the retrograde healing message for you for this beautiful retrograde in Venus weekend is, so what they're saying is, where do you not feel loved? Where do you feel that you're not appreciated? Where do you feel that you are not able to give your love freely? And how can you navigate this love energy with grace is to loosen up a little bit, have a little fun, have a little excitement, and don't be having any expectations at all, and be okay with that. Kind of basically, it's not start a new beginning, but don't be so serious about the things that you are involved with. This is retrograde time. I'm having your purpose is joy. And so your purpose has nothing to do with how you make a living. It's just about you having some fun. And your inner child healing for you right now is, how do you react when someone points out a flaw or mistake in you, and what emotion arises? So basically, it's talking about what's triggering you, all right? But you are to really just have some fun. Not do anything new, just chill, take it easy. Don't be so, you know, not to be so rigid. And what role does my ego play in my decision making and self perception? Is your inner child. All right, so Capricorn. And you waited for this. All right, and in Capricorns out there, what's taking place for you this weekend? What is shifting for you? What themes are healing for you? And what karma is being for you? Let's see. She might have fell asleep on us. All right. And the Capricorn gang. And the Capricorn gang. There she is. Well, Anne, what's shifting is your self-worth, how you see yourself. You know, you're starting to pay attention a little bit about the value of you, you know, how beautiful you are, how much you contribute, how much you are able to do. You are noticing a little bit more value. You're starting to raise your standard. And so what themes are healing is you're actually letting go of control a little bit. You are not needing to be so courageous. You're not, you know, that insecurity or anxiety that comes up. You're actually healing that a little bit. And so what karma is being released is excuses and all the reasons that it never worked out. You are now going to look for all the reasons it does. Instead of looking for all the reasons why it didn't work out, it is time for you to look at all the reasons it does. Start focusing on all the reason it does. You're reading stuff. All right, their energies. Their energies. Almost done. All right. So your person. So your person. All right. So your person is missing out in some opportunity. I am seeing that they're missing out. I'm showing here that they're not putting any efforts. They feel like they can't talk to you about what they really need to talk to you about. And I am seeing there is some they're a little impatient about having it's like they want to have it all just like that. They don't want to put any effort into it. They're just like, you know what? I it's a very entitled energy that I'm feeling here. It's like I don't want to do any work. I just want it like that, and I don't want to wait. And you know, I don't want to put any effort into it. I'm I don't know how to give this a chance is what I'm getting. And are they going to reach out? I'm getting here that they're not walking away, but they're going to give you mixed signals. They're not going to be very clear. They're not leaving, but they're not going to be very clear in, they're going to give you some mixed signals. So they're going to seem approachable, but then like back away. But yeah, they just want it right now. I want it. And so it's kind of like, you know, they'll reach out and it's like, give them what they want or they're gone. Right. So what are you here to learn? You are to learn that there is something here that is repeating, a cycle that is repeating over and over again. And this has a lot to do with a past life energy. And he or she is from a past life. This is something that is repeating over and over and over again. And so you are to learn that this will continue to repeat until you figure it out. And so what wounds are closing is regarding this past life. If you're willing to see how you both are contributing to this energy, you know, if you pull out, they don't have the ability to work with this energy and they have to find somebody else to work out with this energy. So they're going to keep on coming back to you. And so you feel you have to learn how to accept that they don't want anybody but you to do this. In fact, you're the only one that can really work out this energy with them. And it's, you know, something that you have with them that nobody else does. And so when you actually see how valuable you are in this, you're going to start seeing that you really can't be replaced, to make sense. Like, you are lovable, but you are willing to do the work for them. And so this has a lot to do with the cycle that keeps on repeating themselves. It keeps on repeating itself. So your retrograde advice and healing message is to love yourself. Choose yourself. Be compassionate to yourself. Be calm. You are the prize. You deserve to be on the pedestal. There is nobody but you. You've got the Queen of Cups. You've got the Queen of so they say, this is not about lust, be love. No matter what, don't give in to your sexual desires or thinking this is just like, he just wants a woman. No, this is a lot. This has a lot to do with you being loved to yourself. All right. Don't be giving in to this being lust. This is about love. Love and lust are two different things. Love lasts for a long time. Lust is like in, out, gone, boom, it's done. How to navigate this love energy with grace is, it's time for you to see where you are actually pushing love away. Where are you denying yourself the opportunity to find something that you don't have all the answers to? You thought you can't have what you want. So it's important for you to see that you can have what you want. You always thought you can't have what you want. You always thought you're not able to. You didn't really have a lot of faith. Yeah, but there's a difference between pulling back your energy to control and believing. You really didn't believe in your capabilities and who you are. Like I said, it's past life. There was a lot of excuses. There was a lot of excuses. There was a lot of ways that you didn't believe. You limit yourself because you didn't believe. It's time for you to learn how to take a risk. It's time for you to learn how to take a risk. You know, don't worry about failing. Don't worry about messing up. It's time for you to go for it. And what are you going to lose? If you don't believe it's going to happen, it won't happen. Well, you shouldn't think about them all the time. That's actually yeah. If like if he's in your mind all the time, then he's in the way of everything else that's important, you know. Like, my person is still texting me, and we're still engaging, and we still have things that's going on in our lives. I still need to do my readings with you. I still need to do my meditations. I need to still live my life. I've got work, I've got commitments, I've got things to do. It doesn't mean that he's not, you know, making me a party. It's just he's got things to do too, right? It's just how it works. But it's really about your belief system. Do you believe how valuable you are in all of this? Like, if you see the bigger picture, if you see, right, I know you get mixed signals. I know you, Smith. Do you see it? Mixed signals. That was one of the cards. This is one of the cards. You get mixed signals, right? That's because they play hard to get, and they give you mixed signals because of the fact they don't know how to communicate properly to you. Yeah, well, constantly in your head has a lot to do with repressed energies. Understand, there's a lot more to it. I'm not going to get into it right now. Yeah, of course, you come a long way. There's a lot more you can do too. Stick with me, I got a lot more for you. Shadow work for you. Sorry, inner child work. How has my creativity and self-expression transformed as I embrace my shadow self? There you go. And reconsider your commitments. How you have piled so much in your plate that there's little room for you. Identify what truly matters and decline the rest. So, you know, you got to figure out where you are focusing your priorities, your commitments, you know. Because if you're not in there, you know, that's the same with when people are focused that this person is more priority than themselves. That is where there is a problem. So if you focus, yeah, it's easy to book a session with me. I have a website. This is my website that's written right below. It's loveinthe12thdimension.com. I have a website and it accepts credit cards. Um, PayPal for those in UK, it's hard to do that, but there is a credit card. And it's a safe, it should be a safe website. And yeah. All right. And yes, I do private readings too. So, and if you can't figure it out, you know, even if you try to or reach out or message me, my email address is in my page and you can email me and I can help you out. And that's why I've been creating these meditations that I've been creating. They normally wouldn't be available to the public. It's just that I feel like there is so many people who need it right now. And this is the time for the collective to raise the vibration. And so that's why I'm offering for those who are ready to raise our vibration, to be in alignment with more. So I'm offering these for more and more people to, you know, find themselves, find their purpose, find their souls, gather their fragments, really feel that they are worthy of love and being able to manifest the love that they desire, you know. All right, so Aquarius, you're next. Okay, Aquarius, you're next. Tomorrow's Sunday. I don't have much planned, so I will go and be able to come on and do our signs for the week. One of my best friends is Aquarius, and somebody I work with is Aquarius. All right, what sign of what is shifting for you, Aquarius? What themes are healing for you, Aquarius? And what karma is being released? All right, so Aquarius, something going on here. And so this is what I got, Aquarius. What is shifting for you is, it looks like a maybe a merit. It looks like what things need to be healing is someone is you're not the one that needs to be fixing everything. You need to be stopped being the people pleaser. You need to stop fixing everything for someone else. And the karma that's being released is the stories that you tell yourself. You have been telling yourself bad things, victim mindset or limited beliefs, and it's time for you to change your story and see how things will happen. Um, Message me later, and I will talk about that. Message me later like I know you're going to bed. Um, Message me when you get up in the morning is what I mean. There is possibility. I I'll schedule it. Um, I think early in the morning for me would be good for you. All right, so we could work that out for sure. Um, so um Aquarius, you are looking at a commitment and your commitments. And it looks like what shifting is certain commitments where you had to be the people pleaser, you had to fix things, you had to do things, you had to, and you told yourself a lot of stories of why you had to do it. How are they, you know, it was stories that you told yourself that were not even that wise. We'll talk later. We'll talk soon. I know you're going to bed soon, so why don't I get a chance? I'll even message you maybe in the morning. So if you just send me your contact information and I'll message you. And so right now, where's their mind like? How we're, you know, how do they feel? But they see you as very valuable. They think that they think about you the most when they can't sleep at night. And so what's happening is they feel a little bit like you hold back from them. They just they can't help it. They don't know what it is that that they do it on the outside, but on the inside they feel a lot for you. They don't understand what's wrong because they only realize things at night when they're not sleeping because they keep themselves so busy. But for you, the karmic lessons, aha moments, and what you are learning to, you know, learning from is um you're learning not to care about your response. You know, the only thing that matters is how you feel. And so I'm seeing here the wounds that you are closing or finally breaking through is to be excited about. Oh, my ring is caught on me. Sorry, guys. Um, so what you are feeling excited about is I don't know if you're moving on from this relationship. It looks like you're kind of like being okay to do something different here. Um because I see here it looks like you're ready to say I'm done with this contract. I don't really care. I'm ready to move on and do something new. I want to look into this a little further. Um yeah. So you have been holding yourself back from walking away. So you know it's the stuff that you've been telling yourself. It may not even be true and they don't understand why you're leaving, but it has a lot to do with some thoughts in your own head. So this is a time for you during the Venus retrograde to look at why are you thinking the things that you do. what is influencing you, because you are insecure. All right. So you need to work on your confidence and feel safe in your relationship, because you keep on telling yourself you got to go. And this is what I'm seeing is like, I don't care. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. I don't care. I got to go. You don't want to go, but that's what you're telling yourself here. All right. Venus retrograde advice for you. And how to navigate this with grace. So you've got Venus retrograde advice for you is, you know what, right now, don't do anything. All right, this is Venus retrograde. And right now you think that you have to leave. Just hold on, hold your horses, and don't be going anywhere. And how to navigate this with ease is be in your heart space. You know, come on. Why did you love this person in the first place? Focus on where the love is here. All right. Don't be ready to move on just yet. For inner child healing, how do I react when someone points out a flaw or mistake in me? What emotions arise? See, there you go. Let's look at why you're triggered in the first place. All right. Aquarius, because it looks like you're triggered. I hate that term. It's really dismissive, actually. But you have to learn that sometimes certain things are worth the risk, and some things you need to really take your time and think about it a little bit. And so for you is, you know, when it's time for you to do what you need to do, you need to be brave and risk it. But really focus on what you want that's true. Like, don't sabotage something that you love all because you are upset, especially about something that's not. All right. Pisces. Hey, 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 Pisces people. People, Pisces. I'll do a collective one after this too. I love the chats, guys. I love it. It's been nice and full. They're really great. Really appreciate this. All right. Pisces, people. All right, for you, Pisces. What is shifting for you? What themes is healing? And what karma is being released for you? All right, well, I see what shifting is the deception for you, Pisces. Looks like there was something that was a little deceiving, and what needed to be healing is your insecurity. You have some insecurities here. So I am seeing you are no longer going to be getting breadcrumbed. All right. So it looks like there was some deception, or maybe some lies, or, you know, someone wasn't really being really honest here. And so the themes that are healing is your confidence. Like you didn't have any, and so you didn't, like, on the outside it seemed great, but on the inside you were a mess. And so you deserve more than just crumbs of affection. And so if you don't feel worthy enough to hold yourself back and willing to take whatever is being offered to you, I think it's time. This is changing. This is changing. This is, you're starting to see your worth. and you're no longer believing the illusions and the lies. Yeah, looks very much. We've got the Knight of Swords up, and you are in the the Queen of Swords down. So it looks like one is like avoiding and defensive and being impulsive and kind of like, oh, I want this, no I don't. Oh, I want this, no I don't. And you're kind of like, yeah, off of your head. Um, so what I'm seeing here is, all right. So obviously your person is avoiding an attachment, and they're like, I don't feel guilty how I treat you. No, you know, they're just, well, yeah, they're in and out. And so I see they're really insecure, right? You were mirroring their insecurity. You thought you were, you know, okay with getting those crumbs, and you were okay with just getting a little bit, but really what it was is you were mirroring them. And so they were projecting their insecurities onto you. And so they are really holding back their energy from you. Really, like the breadcrumbing is real. They are avoiding attachment and they hold their energy back. And for you, I'm seeing here that you're starting to get clear. And you were like, I was so confused. I don't know what was going on. In fact, I was at night being stressed, and my world was not letting me sleep. I was just completely in my head. And you were like, but I love them. I love them. I just don't know what to do. So this is where you are at. And so the karmic lessons were for you to see that the reason it wasn't clear is because they were not giving any energy to you. You were creating it all yourself. You know, oh, I love them. The only reason there was love there is because of the fact it was in you. If you didn't have the heart in you, this would be nothing. There would be nothing here. And so the reason that you don't know which decision to make here is because you need to learn that the only way things are going to change is if you initiate the change. The wounds that are closing or finally breaking through is, this is karma repeating itself over and over and over again until you do it right. And so if you allow people to walk over you, breadcrumb you, to give you just the slightest, then their standards, they don't have to do anything more. They don't have to, like, if they give you a little bit more, you're impressed. I mean, if you're used to dating people who over gives you so much, you'll be like, what? Is that all you got? I can get more. So there's a difference, right? You wouldn't put up with that. You know, you wouldn't put up with it. You would demand more or go. I'll find somebody else who's going to give it to me. That's your karma. This is what you're needing to learn. So the Venus retrograde advice and healing message for you is, if you want a commitment, then look for somebody who will give you a commitment. Find somebody who will be willing to treat you like they're in a relationship. A breadcrumb. A breadcrumb is when they feel a little lonely and they'll just give you a little bit, but that's not a commitment. And don't you get into a commitment with somebody just because you're lonely. Like, I think it's time for you to look at your commitments, because I'm seeing that how to navigate this love energy with grace is to make a decision about who you share your energy with. Because if you're not discerning about who you share your energy with, you're not going to change them. Nobody is capable of being controlled to change. You can bully them, you can beat them down until they finally give you enough. And they're going to say, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I wish I didn't do that. This is the thing. Why make somebody do something that they don't want to do in the first place? See, they're just going to be stressed out. And then it's not going to flow. So it's time for you to look at, you want a commitment, you may have to look at, why do you accept this to be enough? I have many regrets that keep me from moving forward. They don't want a relationship. They really don't want a relationship. So self-awareness, how do I define success? And is this definition truly my own, or is it influenced by external expectations? And be mindful with your money, honey. So money is energy. He's never told you he wanted a commitment. Oh, he doesn't want one. Doesn't want one. He wants convenience, because that's all you're going to get. Be mindful with your money, honey. It's energy. So it's about value. Look at yourself as money. Are you going to give yourself away to anybody? Or are you going to give yourself away to the best one? Hold back until they're willing to give you a commitment. Hold back until they're willing to try to do more. It works. A lot of work, but it does. It works. Don't accept it. Don't give in, because once you do, you'll never be able to change it. Once you give in, they'll never see you as valuable. All right, one more for the collective. Oops. Clouds. Go. All right, collective, what's going on with you this Venus retrograde weekend? This is good for everybody watching this video. Anybody who's watching this video, this energy is yours. It can be any of the signs, doesn't matter what your sign is. This is your energy. So, what's shifting for you? What themes are healing? What karma is being released? I'm going to dig and get nosy. Let's get nosy. Let's get nosy, everyone. All right. So we're starting with shifting. You're letting go of the anxiety. Time to let go of what is stressing you out. If it is trauma, you're releasing it. If it's your attachments styles, you're letting it go. Whatever's stressing you out, you're releasing it, getting rid of it. And so what I'm seeing is the theme of healing is whatever is not your responsibility, you're letting it go. If it's not my responsibility, I'm letting it go. And what karma is being released? Indecision. You're not needing to think about it. You are not afraid to make a mistake. So you're not going to commit to anything that is not your, if it's not for you, you're going to walk away. So let's get into this a little bit more. Great. Let's look a little further, collective. I want to see a little bit more about them. All right, let's get. All right, so for you singles out there, let's see if we can get a little bit about your person. Well, your person, they may be too old, too young. You know, maybe you're a little mature and they're a little immature, right? But there seems to be an age issue. And I'm seeing they're not sure if they can meet your expectation. And they do have some childhood traumas that they have to look into. I'm seeing here that you are releasing some codependent issues regarding who you are attaching. You're trying not to be anxiously attached to anybody. They have some unworthiness. They don't think they have enough money for you. They feel very much that they need to heal. They need to heal their insecurities and something that caused them some problems in the past. There is a possibility all right. So this person, for some of you in the collective who's watching this, for some of you, they could have some brown eyes. They could be a plus size person, maybe medium colored hair, tends to wear a lot of black clothing. There is maybe some African American or let me see what else. Has a beard. They dress really nice. And so they either have brown or hazel eyes and dress really nice and have a beard and may also have like looks like brown hair. All right, so for you, what lessons are you to learn? Yeah, that sounds a lot like Dustin there. I'm seeing, yeah, Well, like all of those sound like him, doesn't it? I'm seeing here that the lessons that you are to learn is to be confident as who you are, that you need to be okay if they don't love you. If they don't love you, that there's somebody else who will. You also need to close the wound of not being enough. You have some insecurities. And you have to heal your inner child. So it looks like some healing of the inner child, healing your insecurities, and I see that they are, it looks like a rejection wound or abandonment wound here. And your lack of belief that you are worthy of this. So it looks like there is some healing of your abandonment issues, your rejection wound, your abundance wound. Like there is some wounds here that are all getting released. Probably you're watching those videos that I posted. So what does this Venus retrograde have for you for healing? It's time for you to be fulfilled. How can you be fulfilled? How can you see that you are lovable, that you are deserving, and that how to be going through this retrograde with ease. Don't count on your friends and family and your loved ones to give you that happiness. Focus on yourself. Focus on not putting all that energy into everybody else. This is a time for you to take a step back and to heal yourself. I see that there needs to be some boundaries of, you know, what you are willing to give and where those boundaries need to be in place so you're not violated. And so you cannot have somebody have any control over you unless you give them the control. They, you know, if they don't want to be giving you more than because I see here that this is really about releasing trauma. This is a lot about, you know, a lot of this trauma is not even your responsibility. And so this is a time for you to look at your boundaries. And if you do not put up your boundaries, you need to enforce them. You also need to obey by them. It looks like there is a possibility that you are afraid of getting hurt. And because you're afraid of getting hurt, you will overcompensate for them. Your self-care is spice up your nest. So focus on your living space and your affirmation cards. Kindness changes everything. Do more of what makes you happy. And your Grapholi number for manifesting is beauty. Focus on beauty, 855-85179. All right. So that's the readings for those. All right. I can draw one card for each of you for mini reads. One card reads. All right, one card reads. Getting these cards off the table. I will pull one card reads. All right. Who's first? One card reads. All right, Anne, you got a question? This is Venus retrograde. I'll be doing eclipse next week. All right, Anne, so you've got expectations. When you expect too much, no one measures up. So you need to get rid of your list. You need to stop looking for them to serve your expectations. In fact, that's going to go and mess up your manifestations to start with. So one of the first rules when we do manifestations is first, what we have to do is figure out what we want. And once we do it, we have to visualize it. And once we visualize it, we have to release it. And we have to allow the universe to receive it like a grocery list and deliver your grocery list without any expectations. So you don't tell the universe how to do the shopping for your grocery list. You just put on your list, I want money to pay my bills. Don't have any expectations how that's going to come. What you have to do, those are expectations. So what's important for you, Anne, is to learn how to take all the expectations off the table, how to have it so that when you decide to manifest, you don't know how it's going to come through, because you may find that someone you meet may be just crossing your path, minding your own business, not having a clue how it's supposed to be. So when you put out there that you're looking for your soulmate or your twin flame or your person, and you put it out there, don't have any expectations of how that's going to show up. Because I think that there is a possibility, there's a plan already being done for you to cross some paths, not the way you expect it. All right, who else? Jess? Jess, you have a problem with being a victim. All right, so you feel very helpless in changing your love life. You have absolutely all the ability to change anything you want. So for you, you need to understand that victim mentality is a type of energy from manifesting from the contrast. Instead of looking at the possibilities that you are deserving, you are worthy, you are valuable, you are manifesting from your fear. And so a fear mindset creates all these ways. So you have this really bad case of anxiety. And from that, you tend to manifest from that victim mindset. If you are stressed and scared that someone's going to abandon you, you will manifest somebody who's going to abandon you. If you are afraid that you are not lovable, you're going to manifest somebody who is not going to give you that love. So you are the victim. And so for you, you're looking for somebody to save you because of the fact that it is part of the hierarchy of how it works. For a victim, that means there has to be somebody who is imposing this this attack in some way. And so when you are a victim, that means there has to be a monster. In order for it to be a monster and you are a victim, somebody has to rescue. We've had this talk before. I think this came up in your last reading. So let's get the spray bottle. Let's spray your room, and let's make sure the boogeyman doesn't come and attack you anymore. Because this is where you have to work at in your childhood. Maybe nobody made you feel safe. Maybe nobody made you feel secure. But this has a lot to do with your fears. Yeah, this is all about you manifesting from your fears. So you're going to have to work on the monsters in your room underneath your bed. Anybody else still here with us? Anybody else want a card? Because looks like we're leaving it go from here. It was great catching up. All right. All right. So I'm going to leave it go here. Okay. I got stuff going on tomorrow, and I got stuff going on most likely Monday. So I got to get things together. And I hope this gave you some help. I hope that there has been things that you resonated with. Please make a note in the comments below. I love to engage with your stories. I've seen lots going on in the chat, but these chats are not going to be here until they're not going to be here. So I don't know how to keep them to share with the public. It's unfair, I know. So let's check back again. I'm going to be here again tomorrow. So if you haven't yet, please put your notification so you can see when I'm going to be on again, and subscribe if you haven't. Please share with your friends and your family and whoever it was, because it's time for you to understand that this is all for you. This is all for you to take, and you don't have to pay a penny for it. So don't be afraid. There is no hidden agenda. There is no secret, that it's no scam involved. This is really for you to be able to raise your vibration, to be in alignment with everything, because you deserve it too. All right. Love you all. All to have a great weekend. I'll be here tomorrow. See you.